I'll be there when your heart's in me. Come say less on your heart, I want.
MK.
I'll be with you, I'll be there. I'll be with you always, yeah. I'll be there when your heart's in me. Come say less on your heart, I want. I'll be with you, I'll be there. I'll be with you always, yeah. I'll be there when your heart's in me. Come say less on your heart, I want. I'll be with you, I'll be there. I'll be with you always, yeah.
Yo, Cash, you been tripping on them hoes.
yeah. Burn Live. Burn Live. What's up, y'all? Merv Wankley keeping y'all connected. Hashtagging these red eyes, changing the viewers I read. What's up, y'all? Hey. I'm turning up the mic if I got to, because I'm playing this beat. Oh, yeah, we getting funky up in here today, baby. Before we get into the Merv Wankley keeping y'all connected, before we start hashtagging these red eyes, let's get into these beats. Let's get into a little music. Shout out to my boy, Nitro. I watched this live the other day. I was in his live, y'all. And it was maybe 2 minutes into his live got to get to jump. His live was jumping. I mean, man, he had like 6-7 people up in there. I was like, man, we was rocking our head. I was like, man, I want to do he know that he had people up in his live. We was up in that motherfucker jumping. He was making that beat. We was in that mother jumping. I like to come into a music making beat like that. Man, y'all gotta go holler at my boy Nitro, man. It really be going down. This is the Burn Live show, y'all, where we smoke weed and we talk about marijuana news and we talk about things that really matters and defines the United States of America. We keeping it legalized, we keeping it upgraded, we keeping it smoking, we keeping it choking, we keeping it lit, we keeping it the shit. Some small little changes are going to be happening soon, real soon. So, you know what I'm saying? I had to go live today. I almost had live with everything that I need. I see that I'm missing a couple of things, but we're going live today. We're going to be discussing some things that are coming up. We're actually going to be discussing some hot topics that's been going on in the world. There was a very good debate on this morning. I will go find that video and go over that. We will be talking about marijuana legalization in a couple of states. We will be talking about how the Democrats and the legal immigrants that are here and how they're flooding the states. We're going to be talking about a lot. We're going to be getting into a lot. We're going to be chilling a lot. We're going to smoking a lot. Please like, share, hit that subscribe button. If you like what you see, hit that notification to get more of my live content when we do go live up in here. Man, it's looking pretty down. It's looking pretty good. It's looking pretty good today. We're looking pretty good today. That's what I wanted to do. That's how I like to see it. I appreciate people in here. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever time that you're watching this. I know that sometimes you're not watching it when it's live, but I see that people do come in and catch my shows. I do appreciate it. Shout out to my new subscribers to the show. Last time I went live, I know I was in there, we was listening to music, we was having a good time, we was actually kind of chilling, and I was getting into some political things that was finna start happening, and I kind of got real tired. I ain't gonna lie to you, I got real tired. Like, I be up a long time, or a lot of hours, and then all of a sudden tiredness kick in or sleepiness kick in. And that's kind of what happened to me. As soon as I got into my favorite part of the day, I got tired, so I had to go sit down some damn where. And it made me kind of feel some type of way, and I was like, damn. But that's okay, because you know what I'm saying, we got plenty of other days that we can make up, and we can always come in here and do what we got to do. Now, I'm always looking up new stories, new laws, and new things that are going on. If there ain't no new laws that's going on or something new that's actually happening in the cannabis world that's actually been reported, then I'm not going to report it. And I'm not going to lie to you guys. I am always trying to put y'all up on game, put y'all up on notice, put y'all up on focus. And hopefully one day we can move on to some bigger and better things. America is one of the best opportunities to start your business, start a local, get into some gold. And I noticed that a lot of people hear news. Y'all hear what be going on. Y'all see what's be going on. But a lot of y'all still don't care. I think that's what we should try to focus on, is finding out what it's going to take to make y'all start caring about what's going on, what's going to make y'all focus, what's going to make y'all head towards making a move towards a better situation, not blaming yourself on the government, taking yourself out of the government hand and say, I can do this on my own, stand on my own 2 feet. I am everybody's a living testimony. It's funny how people are like, man, I'm a living testimony of how it is to be on the struggle. Everybody in middle class and lower class America is struggling somehow, some way, some shape or form. Is who do they go to listen to? What do you do to get out of that funk when you're in that funk? I know a lot of people have mentors and people that motivate them. I am maybe not your best motivational speaker because I am not perfect. And I think that's what it is when people get to hear me and they get to see how positive I try to be, and then they catch one of my grumpy moods or one of my downfalls, just like me being human with everybody else. And then they get to step back like, maybe he not who he say he was. And I'm always still going to be that person. It's just, you went through something, I went through something. That's why I said in the beginning, we all are testimonies of what's going on. It's just how you're going to receive it and go on about it. For real, y'all. Ooh, I thought that was one of my favorites. I got some artists I do listen to. When it comes to beat make. And some people can bring out that funk, bring out that motivational talk. And I always keep talking about motivation. Is there a better word to use than keep just saying, oh, motivate? Because maybe, you know what I'm saying, it's 2023. Maybe it's a better form, a word, a terminology to best use to describe what I'm capable or what I be trying to do. Maybe not. I don't know. I know there are a lot of things that we should be trying to do and trying to become, and we all have our ways of doing it. And when we try to share information and share experience with people, a lot of people look at the experience like that's your time. The debate that I seen about the Bible, about Muslims versus Christian, was one of the best debates of New Age versus Old Age and how that conflicts with each other. So that was one of his beats. Okay, that was cool. No, it was not. And the conflict. And when I say conflicts is when you see a side that's picking one side, you pick a side and you saying this, and I don't know. It's really hard for me to talk about. It really just reminded me of a friend who is very spiritual, and I feel like that debate right there was the best thing to do. And the PB podcast was excellent. You took two people, they never really had a chance to discuss with each other. They sat down, they had a discussion, they made their points heard. It was very good. And when I say that we need more of these going on, I'm truly mean that we do need more of these going on, because without this going on, I feel like we get to shorten ourselves and statutes and mindsets and moving forward in life. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, this is a marijuana podcast. We supposed to be able to sit here and smoke weed. I'm supposed to be back playing beats, smoking weed, chilling, and we supposed to be discussing about everything. And the main thing that it seems to be on my page or in certain media, certain places, and people don't want to discuss things. People just want to talk about their everyday lives, which is very understandable. But if you're not trying to make no solution to the problems, and that's where we get into the podcasting and sitting down, and come to my podcast if you want to, come to your podcast if you want to, but sitting here and discussing the debate, discussing the problem, coming up with a solution. That's your problem. This is my problem. What is a solution that we can come together and make things better? For people that's listening right now, and when y'all come in, hoping that you make it this far into the video, this beat right here alone used to be one of my favorite beats to let you know that it was time to really get inside the souls of a person, touch a person deeply inside their body, and touch that third eye and make them see, like, hey, this is where I am trying to go. This is where we are trying to be. I remember them days. You remember them days? I know I got a lot of new people that's truly new to the page, and I appreciate people coming through and sitting here and hanging out. Now, I'm sharing out as much as I possibly can to these pages and groups, trying to share this podcast and get people to find me, because I know people used to find me, but people don't know where I'm at no more. People don't want to hear my side of the story. Understandable. I'm sorry for those who I have hurt, and I do. And my producers and my people are always saying you apologize a lot. I apologize a lot to people so they can actually feel the gratitude of somebody say, hey, you know what? There are people out there that literally say, like, hey, nobody never apologized to me. I never hear I'm sorry. I never hear I'm sorry. I always hear that it's that person's fault. It's your fault. It's that fault. So this is one reason why I sit on here and apologize, just for those people that smoke weed that be like, man, I would love for somebody to say, you know what? I was wrong. And there you go. And here I am. I am one of those people that's going to sit up here and say, you know what? I'm sorry. I was wrong. And you were right. And there we go. I made my mistake, but therefore we can move on. But see, after I sincerely apologize to you, here we go to move on. Here we go to find the future. You know? This was my motivational speech of awe. Now this beat right here is bringing it back up in me. What I used to do when these beats come on, and why I kept these beats around. I will never lose my faith now. You will never let. This was when the weed was good, you know, the weed was kicking in and stuff like that. And ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, nuts, butts, guts, you know, you do care. There is a problem that you're going. This is how I used to start it out. There's a problem that you're going through, and I don't know what it is. And I used to call it the question mark. And we're gonna put a big question mark up here. And this is what I be meaning by a question mark, because I can't answer your problems just like you cannot answer my problems. It's easy for you to go out there and say, yes, hey, I can answer your problems. I can solve your problem, because it's not you dealing with the problem. It's not you dealing with the emotions that's going through with the problem. I do understand that. I do know where that comes from. And I understand how hard that does feel for people. Trust me, I do. I do. But I am here to help you out here to let you know that, damn it, when you got that one question mark, don't add no other question mark, because you're not answering the first question mark, and I'm here to help you answer your own questions. I'm not here to come up with your answers. I'm here to help you answer your own questions. Life is like a bunch of questions, you know what I'm saying, that you play in a video game or you play on a game show host. When you have that many questions going on, when you're wondering where you're going, when you're kind of lost and you don't know where to go and you cannot see that path that you're going on, yes, I would be honestly here to say to you, sit back, smoke a blunt. When you're stressed, when you can't put it together, when it can't just fathom on the brain cells, sit back, smoke a blunt. Now look, I've been trying to keep up with this lighter. That's why y'all see me, because I knew my blunt was gonna go out. But smoothly, calmly, think about some things that you be going on, and then let's get through it. Now I truly understand that we sitting up here and we gonna say, look, we just can't be going through everything and make it through. I totally get it, but I'm here to say, and I'm here to tell you that, look, we can get past it all. We can. You can. I can. I have done it before. Every time that it got ugly, I had to think about it. It can get uglier. I love that beat. Now, this beat right here, I wish, like right now, it'd be a perfect time for me to share it out. Everybody just share it out. Cause if you was here 2-3 years ago, or here when this beat first came out, you knew what we was about. Hey! All I do is smoke some weed and smoke and getting high. Stop calling my phone. I'm getting high with my friends. I'm off in the zone. Please just leave me alone. Getting high with my friends. Leave me alone. Stop calling my phone. Man, I'm getting excited because, dog, I used to remember back in the day, dog, we used to just be rocking with this beat. We used to be going live, and sure enough, somebody would blow my phone up. I'm like, dang, dog, this is when I'm telling y'all, this is when I used to be really, really, really into those rapping and spitting those bars. Hey, stop calling my phone. I'm getting high with my friends. I'm off in the zone. Please leave me alone. I'm chilling on out. Man, I used to have so many people up in here. We smoke with three of those. Everybody getting high with me. Please don't call my phone because I'm using it for my camera. See, you ain't got to put in words. Middle fingers, I'm flipping the bird. Had first lady, had the first mate, had her doing shit and having so great. Ayy, had Jim Key, everybody know he's a monkey. Feeling so funky, got ghosts. Everybody feeling, we doing the most. Smoking the weed and I'm taking a dab. But sitting right here and I'm off in the lab. Nigga, they're talking about me right here instead of Lee, and I couldn't even brag. Leave me alone. Stop calling my phone. It used to go like something like that, y'all, man. We used to be jamming out. I miss those days. I just had to bring that beat back. I had to bring the beat back. I had to bring the beat back. A lot of y'all probably be saying like, yeah, man, That was cool. That's old beat. But that beat was hard. That beat was hard. This beat was hard. This beat was hard.
La música de Harry Fraud.
I was just gonna use this one. On my mama, I was gonna be using this one. I was definitely gonna be using this for like an intro or some stuff, you know what I'm saying? I always thought that I would have to use this like for an intro and put the smack down. When you heard this beat right here, it had to be nothing but the hottest verses. I mean, I was writing to this motherfucker right here. Me. I be spitting my verse and I'm trying to keep it cool. People are getting so mad, they trying to get in the mood. Please don't call on my phone, just like the last beat said. I'm off in the street, I'm trying to get in my bread. Nobody giving me head, cause nobody up on my knowledge. I'm trying to be hooked on the finest. Why did you hook up the car? I got vacuum and sealing. Got them, put them in mails. I'm just a ship of my town. Your man can calling them bells. I'm nigga ringing them bells. I'm down in ST the L. I ain't moving no bricks. I ain't moving no 18 and L. I am coming back home. I am getting so lost. Them pimping, kidding, and gang. Y'all call him Rick Rat the boss. You know. But those were the good times. Those was the good times. This is back when the economy was good. See, I feel like I really do. And I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this under this back on this beat real quick. I'm gonna say this on this beat. If we can get our economy back to where it needs to be, I guarantee that we have more fun sitting up here smoking weed, talking about things that matter. For one, you won't be stressed out thinking about everything that truly matters and truly that's going on in your life. Trust me, I understand. I'm going through the hurt. I'm going through the pain. I'm going through the climb with you right now. I had to understand that if I do not fall with you, you cannot climb because you won't see somebody climbing with you. I'm climbing with you. I don't fail. I'm an old man. Let they tell it. Okay. So I am here to climb with you. I am here starting at level 1 with you. I don't care if you're 23. I don't care if you're 33. I don't care if you're 43. I don't care if you're 53 and you're falling. I am here with you right now to what? Climb up out of it. I am here right now to go back to the old me and the new me. I'm out here trying to reach you on this smoking tip. Yes. I'm trying to motivate you. Yes. I'm trying to put you in the right mood to move forward. Yes. If I feel like it needs to be said, I'm just going to say it. That's how I'm going to start doing it. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes like this right here, it definitely needs to be said and it definitely needs to be felt, because I don't think people are feeling the hurt that certain people are going through. And I feel that hurt. I feel the pain. I know the stress. I know the figures. I know the moves. I know the ways. I know the struggles. I know the sights. I know the eyes closed. I know sometimes we just need to wake up. I know you looking at that mountain. You're looking up at the mountain. You be like, damn, that's a tall ass mountain. I know that. That's why I'm here to do it with you. I want y'all to feel every muscle in your body fit to start to work. Oh yes, we finna start working every body, every muscle, every millisecond, every milligram, every tick of a second, of an hour, of a minute, of the day, of a year, of a month, of a week. I am finna be here working with you, motivating you to get on top. That's my job. That's what I'm gonna do. Because when I was like this, I remember going back to this and getting this hype and talking to y'all and having y'all feel what passion is when you're putting passion into something. Yes, I have lost that passion. I had to get it back. I had to find something. I had to figure out what it was to get me back in that passion. I had to come back and go back to being humble. Because maybe I got beside myself. I don't know. But I feel it so deep inside that I'm here and I'm gonna motivate. And when you share me out and people hear me and we're rocking and we're talking about everything that we're gonna start talking about, you're gonna be like, okay. You're gonna be like, okay, I'm with this guy. And if I gotta stay like this for the rest of the time being, I'm gonna stay like this. This is how I'm gonna always be. No matter what we talk about, this is how I'm gonna be. This is the energy I'm gonna give you. Cause that's the energy that we was all looking for. We were just looking for that energy. I got you. Pat yourself on the back. Look around, make sure that you is in reality and that this is really going down. Because yes, it is really, really, really going down. Don't think you can't do it without you. Don't think that you can't do it without you. Because you could do it. I'm here to help. I'm just here to help. If I do a good job, thank you. I appreciate it. Hit that like, subscribe button. Hit the frowning face. Hit whatever you need to hit. Because I'm here. I am that friend that, yes, sometimes you don't need me. You put me in the closet. You put me far back. You put me in that chest. You put me in the attic. You put me in the most awkwardest spots. You forget about me for months. You forget about me for years. You forget about me for a decade. But every time that you need that type of friend, you pull me out the closet. You pull me out the attic. You pull me out the gutter. You pull me from wherever you need that friend to be there for you, to help motivate you, to push you to go to the next level. That's where I am. That's what I do. That's what I did. And that's what I'm going to keep on doing. I'm sorry if my hand was out reaching out to you and you was like, Michael, your hand was out, damn it, and you took it away. I did. I took my hand away from helping all because I got distracted on one. I've been around people all my life. I've been around people all my life. Since the day that I can remember looking and paying attention to my surroundings, I've been around people. So I'm here to reach out to the people and say, I am here to help me and you and all of us, because here we are. I'm here for every last one of y'all that say that, damn it, I smoke weed and I stand alone. I'm here for those who said, damn it, every time I turned around and went around a corner, it was nobody there. I was there. I was maybe a little bit up above you, or I maybe a little bit below you, but I was around. That's who I am. That's what I'm going to start back doing. That's what I'm going to start back pushing. out towards these people. Plus, Cannabis Conservative, y'all know I'm exposed to truth and show y'all, drop y'all receipts. But I gotta do this because I feel like it's a calling. It's something passionate deep down inside me that I can breathe. And y'all, I felt like for a long period of time that I was on death's bed. I could not breathe. I was not happy. I was not smiling. I was not doing right. I was not feeling like I was doing anything. I was walking with my eyes closed, my ears shut, my mouth closed.
Is it true?
I'd not try to make nobody into nothing that you already is. I'm not trying to make you find something that you wasn't already looking for. I'm just here to open doors. I'm here to show you different keys to play with. So when you get one door that's locked, hey, try another door. Keep trying doors. I know a lot of people probably thinking they're locked in a room, they're sheltered, they have nothing to offer themselves. And I'm here to tell you, like, no, it's not going down like that. It's not going down like that. We got a way to make a difference. We got a way to get turned up. We got a way to climb this hill. Open these doors. I'm just getting started. I'm just getting warmed up, y'all. This the Bird Live Show. You know what I'm saying? I know y'all probably like, what is he talking about? Hey, talking about you. Talking about me. Talking about we. Hey, Burn Live when we smoking weed. Break it down, I'm rolling trees. I don't even know how I do it. Y'all telling me I get into it. Y'all say I'm just influenced. People like this all day. Y'all can catch me off in the hallway. I'm doing it like always. I always gonna do it, and I'm doing it, and I'm doing it right. Doing it because you do it tight. Do it because I do it nice. Do it because I do it left. Do it because I do it kite. I do it on sight. Hey, I'm back on, I'm getting deep, and I'm new to me. Ain't nothing y'all get down, cause ain't nothing really new to me. I'm telling y'all about these race hustlers. Yeah, we about to get into it, y'all. We about to get into it. I had to go there. I had to get that off my chest real quick. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you just gotta speak from the heart. Sometimes you just gotta speak from the heart. Okay. So, obviously, y'all know what time it is. Let's see what's going on, y'all.
Black people are not oppressed. Stop playing the victim. Every day I get some form of this comment from white people on my anti-racism education videos. Look at your clothes. Look at your nails. Look at your house. Yeah, you look so oppressed. Someone even recently commented that he couldn't hear what I was saying in my video because the fountain water in our pool was too loud. Enter racist, passive-aggressive sarcasm here. If you feel slighted or envious that my husband and I are black and we own a home with a pool, and you're white and you don't, and you feel like that's not fair, I have news for you. The same capitalist, white supremacist system that seeks to systemically and inequitably oppress, marginalize, and disenfranchise black people is the same system that is keeping you from building the type of financial freedom that you desire for yourself and for your family. If you're not a wealthy white man, these systems are not set up to benefit you either. This is why it's important for all of us to come together to dismantle the system of white supremacy and systemic racism.
What in the flying shit waters is this, bro? This is the stuff that I be talking about. Makes absolutely no sense. This has to stop. This got to stop. This did not make her sound intelligent at all. At all. No. 0. Point blank. Period. Did not make her. Stop playing with me.
Anti-racism is the key to unlocking your mind from the lies of white supremacy culture and the insidious nature of anti-black racism. Start or continue your anti-racism education journey today at the link in my bio. No excuses.
All right, guys. So the grift is up, right? The grift is up. The anti-racism grift, aka let's discriminate against whites grift, is up. Okay, as we got to talk about Ibram X. Kendi. Okay, and last time we talked about the #1 race hustler in America, who makes money telling Americans that we're racist. He was boohoo, whining, and crying about Vivek Ramaswamy calling him the modern day KKK.
Your reaction to what you heard him saying there, comparing you and Congresswoman Presley to the modern grand wizards of the KKK.
I just think it's incredibly dangerous. The Ku Klux Klan is the oldest and quite possibly most violent white terrorist group, really terrorist, domestic terrorist group in American history. They have engaged in generations of violence against black people, against Jews, against all sorts of groups they don't agree with. And they've also expressed ideas of racial hierarchy and white supremacy, ideas that I and Congresswoman Presley have repeatedly and constantly challenged. So it's incredibly dangerous, especially in this moment where, all sorts of reports point to white supremacists as the greatest domestic terrorist threat of our time, to be comparing people to them that have spent their lives challenging them, and actually who the Klan hates, because the Klan really doesn't like me.
Look, yesterday on CNN State of the Union, Ramaswamy was pressed about this and pressed about the violence of the KKK and how that could possibly compare to anything that you or Congresswoman Presley have said. But he said that he wanted to provoke a, quote, honest discussion in this country. So just help us here. I mean, what would an honest discussion on race in this country, in this moment, actually look like?
Not what they is fin to say. An honest discussion on races in this country is, are there people that don't like black people? Yes. Are there a bunch of black people that don't like white people? Yes. There are way more bunch of black people that don't like white people that say a bunch of racial things on social media. I play it on my show almost too many times. That's the point where you need to get to. Yes, there are. But it's not in a system. That's the point where I'm trying to say. And that's the point that, like, Larry Eldom is trying to say. In a system, it's not there. And people, yes, it may be still there. There are people that don't like your skin color. For what reason, we do not know. But to have an honest discussion in today's society, when you had a black president that spent 8 years in office, and you got a white president right now in office that said, if you don't vote for him, you ain't black. What type of what rhetoric? What? What can he say that's intelligently, enough to make sure that you're not going to say nothing near nothing like that? You're not going to agree to nothing. You're going to say that white people are still holding us down, like he didn't get an education, like he didn't go to a good ass school, like she didn't go to a good ass school, like she didn't work hard to get on CNN. Both of you guys are on CNN. Two niggas on CNN. But yes, again, there's racism systematic in the way. I should be yelling stuff like that. The hardest working, I work hard. I go to work every day. I try to do what is right. Stop playing.
I think we would start with racial disparities and inequities. We would identify the evidence that points to, for instance, let's say black people are more likely to be impoverished or incarcerated or killed by police or dying.
Killed by police. False.
Of heart disease and cancer.
Yeah, so you seen that, you heard that, okay? What an honest discussion on race looks like in this country. Well, honest discussion on race in this country would basically go something like this, okay? The most racism that has happened in this country are actually coming from people who claim that they're fighting against racism, because people that are quote-unquote anti-racist promote discrimination against people based off skin color, which by definition is racism. And the people who want a colorblind society, who want to treat everybody equally regardless of their skin color, who believe in meritocracy, we are the real civil rights activists of today, okay? Not these people, right? Again, if you believe in treating everybody equally, okay, and not discriminating against people, you are basically what a civil rights activist actually was back in the 1950s, 1960s, okay? Before everybody decided that, hey, I'm going to be perpetually a victim even though I have all my rights, right? Doesn't matter, okay? Because, again, these people are trying to get paid, right? And the best way to get paid is to present a problem that only people like Ibram X. Kendi can fix, okay? Even though clearly the guy in his solutions, he has no interest in actually fixing the problem, because if he fixes the problem, he'll go broke, right? And that's exactly kind of what this story is about, as his anti-racism center is imploding. Now, it is imploding and subject to an investigation by Boston University, because apparently Ibram hasn't produced much research, okay? There's been financial mismanagement, should be no surprise to anybody, okay, who understands that communists probably don't know how to manage money very well, right? And employees are accusing Ibram of violence against them, because he issued mass layoffs at the center, okay, because of backlash against him. Again, the anti-racism grift is imploding. So let's read here. Boston University on Wednesday announced an inquiry into its anti-racist research center run by celebrity scholar Ibram X. Kendi, a day after the Washington Free Beacon reported that the think tank has hardly produced any research. Again, these people, they're not there to be productive, right? They're there to simply be agents of chaos, okay? They're not trying to solve any problems. If they actually solved the racism problem, they wouldn't have a job. So, of course, this person's not producing any type of research, because he's not a real scholar, right? He's a pseudo-academic.
That's crazy.
The announcement also came after...
That's crazy. Now, I bet you they're not going to talk about that on no damn CNN. They're not going to question him on no stuff like that on CNN. That's that stuff I be talking about right there. They're not going to question him. Hey, since racism and all that stuff that you said, why all of a sudden, why all of a sudden you in investigation? Why all of a sudden you violent towards people? Why, just mismanaging money. I hate people that be on that racial stuff. Now, like I say, y'all, this right here, I do is on. We're not gonna hear it all, but I do want y'all to hear a little bit of it. I'm gonna try to bring a friend over later on in a week or so to discuss more into this podcast right here, because y'all,
as a Christian family, and
this was a very good discussion, like I said earlier, about Christians and Muslim, something that I thought in a million years I would never hear a discussion. I think a lot of people on both sides, and I'm finna try to get my mother to actually listen to this podcast, because it was very interesting of things that were discussed between two countries and how they feel against two different religions. And I'm just want y'all to just hear a little bit of it, get a little taste, because this is what I want y'all to, I wish some blacks to do this too, which is probably out there. I just got to look for
The
it.
question I would have is, I lived in Iran for 10 years. I don't know if you guys have lived in a Muslim nation before. You lived, obviously, you lived in Morocco. Have you lived in a Muslim, you're here. So I lived in Iran 10 years as a Christian family, and we would go to church, and I went to Christian school, and then we escaped and went to Germany, lived at a refugee camp with a lot of different sects from different parts of the world who were escaping. They were either escaping communism or they were escaping not feeling safe, persecution for their religion, what they believed in. They didn't have the freedom, they left. Why is it? This is a question that's been brought up when I'm crowdsourcing what questions you want us to ask the guests that are here today. If it's purely statistical, why are more Muslims moving to Christian nations and not Christian nations moving to Muslim nations? Why do you think that is?
It's economics, pure economics. If you look at Christians that move to Saudi and the Gulf, there's a huge influx of Christians from the Philippines, from Africa, from Eastern Europe, that flock to the Gulf countries, Muslim countries. Why? Because of GDP, because of the economy. The influx of people of all religions and cultures to the US, to Australia, to Europe, it's purely because of economic opportunity, not because of there's some kind of better way of life. The way of life in the US, and I can talk to you because you lived 10 years in Iran, the culture of traditional societies, especially Muslim societies, is much more conducive to family. It's more of a family, community-based life as opposed to an individualistic, rat race, everyone is out for himself type of lifestyle that you live in the West. And that's because of the hegemony that we're talking about, because of liberal secularism, because of this pursuit of happiness at the expense of all else. When you have a religion that values family, marriage, look at the divorce rates. Look at how, I have 5 sons of my own. I'm very worried about, will they even be able to find a wife who will be faithful to them and who will want to have children, my grandchildren, who will be faithful. Look at the divorce rates. Look at the infidelity rates. Look at all of the social problems that are infecting Western societies. Why is that? I'd argue it's on the basis of leaving traditional Christianity, leaving traditional Islam, reforming these religions. That's the problem. Look at someone like Reza Aslan. You interviewed him,
I had him
right?
on, yeah.
And you had a brilliant comment. You said that, Reza, when you're talking, I feel like you're an atheist. You're arguing, I don't think that you're actually a Muslim. Like, you're not talking like you're a Muslim. You're talking like this progressive, liberal, atheist type person. And that's what's happening to everyone because of these political forces. And we have to resist that. We have to resist those kinds of influences in order to preserve marriage, preserve family, preserve community. That exists in the Muslim world, but it's being eroded.
Y'all would have never thought to hear a discussion where a young Muslim man is over here in America and just having a discussion about the difference of values. And then you're going to hear some other people in here that's going to tell you those values slaughtered a lot of people.
So why are you still here? Why are you in America? Why don't you go to a Muslim nation?
I would like to do that, but the thing is that the West has declared war on every traditional society. If you don't implement Western style liberal, human rights, quote unquote. Like, you don't legalize homosexuality, you don't legalize transgender, you don't legalize feminism, all these things that are destroying marriage and family, we're going to bomb you. We're going to sanction you. We're going to starve your people. It's not safe for Muslims to be in Muslim countries. It's not safe for traditional Christians. Traditional Christians quoting the Bible within Europe are being put in prison.
He didn't answer the question. You're here in America. Why are you not going back to a Muslim country? Because you know the traditional Muslim is not, from what I was told, I hope they said.
For quoting the Bible, they'll literally quote a verse from Leviticus, or they'll talk about Sodom and Gomorrah. They're put in prison. This is a war on all traditional religions. And there's not a safe place for a traditional religious person in the world today because of this dominant global power.
So your argument is economy, capitalism, a capitalistic society. So then the question would be, why don't Muslim regions accept the principles of a capitalistic free society to be able to attract other Christians? Because when you hear some stories, but I got that. Brother Rashid, do you have a response to him on this question, specifically the question I'm asking? Why do Christian nations attract Muslims,
Listen
but
to
Muslim
this.
nations not attract Christians?
He say they
Listen. I hope this is the one where he breaks it down, because what he's gonna say is it's gonna get deep. It's gonna get deep, for real, y'all. Hope y'all ready.
economy is the first reason,
Yes.
but other reasons exist too. I have seen so many Saudi girls leaving Saudi Arabia, going to Canada and the US and the UK, asking for asylum because they don't have the same rights. And they are forced to stay as a second-class status. Women is not treated well in Muslim countries. I have seen people who are leaving Morocco and other places because they don't have freedom of speech. And if you say anything against Islam in Egypt or Morocco, or for me, for example, why I left Morocco. I love Morocco. I would love to live among my family, but I left not because of the economy. I was doing well, but because I don't have freedom of religion. And there are many countries are like that. If you open the borders in Europe and the US, you have almost probably, I can't guess, but like probably 90% of Muslims will go to the West, not just because of money. It's because of other reasons. They are oppressed there. And our brothers, they have their solution to what will live is not what I am here. Of course, we have a problem in the West, but the solution they are given is worse than what we have today. For example, LGBTQ, whatever, they will kill them if we bring, let's say, let them govern with Islam today. They will throw them from a higher building. That's their punishment. I'm not with that. I'm not either this, the two extremes, either this or that. Islam is not going to give a solution. Why we have human rights in the West? Why everything we are enjoying today, it came from the...
Did y'all hear that? Did y'all? I hope y'all heard that. I hope y'all took the time out to really listen to what he said. If we open up the borders, there's going to be a lot of Muslims over here. No offense to the Muslim. But if it was the opposite way around, and we was escaping to over there, and these LBGs went over there, they would get slaughtered. Those are tough words, and words that you really need to understand and think about when we discuss about border problems, and when we talk about greatest country, and why over 50 million people are trying to come over here legally, and that's not even counting the ones that come over here illegally. It is amazing the numbers. We did a story on it already. I don't mind bringing it up again, but this right here is really letting you know how deep it is from other countries when you don't have the little bitty thing called freedom of speech. Freedom, your Second Amendment right to bear arms. They don't have these permissions over there.
West, for example, women's rights came from the West. abolishing slavery came from the West. Freedom of speech, freedom of religion came from the West. You name it. Just give me anything. Democracies came from the West. So do you want us to live under an authoritarian system and you cannot even question it? And if you say anything against it, you will be condemned to death. For example, if I say Islam is not the right way to God, I cannot say that in a Muslim country. I will be punished for that. So we are enjoying freedom of speech, freedom of religion, democracy. We can say our opinion. We can have a podcast like that without a problem. Guess what? In Morocco, when I became a Christian, we met as Christians in closed doors. We couldn't sing. We couldn't baptize people. We couldn't name our kids Christian names. You cannot name him Luke or Mark or anything. You have to name him Muhammad and Omar and Abu Bakr. You can't name them Christian names.
This is not true.
It's true. I lived it.
It's not. In Islamic law, okay, do you know Ahkam Ahlul Dhimma? Do you know the principles?
I'm not Ahlul Dhimma. I'm an apostate.
Yeah, you don't talk about other Christians. Christians can name their children.
Okay,
you lived in a Muslim country.
Okay, let me
you be
finish.
named Patrick, or was that against the law?
Let me finish. I am a convert from Islam to Christianity,
That's
and
different.
I had hundreds like me, girls and boys. We were gathering. We were afraid of police. And we got arrested many times. We got interrogated.
So let me get this straight. So I want to understand what both of you are saying. So for us, I was born in a Muslim country. My name is Patrick. My sister's name is Paulette. You're saying if a Muslim converts to Christian, you can't just name your kids anything. You have to name them those specific names.
Yes.
And you're okay with that? You think that's normal?
I said something even more than that. I said that the punishment is death penalty. So forget it. That's what we talked about
at the beginning.
right?
Apostles totally get it. So for you, it's not even your level for that is for somebody to go. But why is that?
But that's not the treatment of all Christians.
I totally get that. But why do you believe that? Why do you believe if a Muslim becomes a Christian is the death penalty? Why do you believe
this is what I want to explain is that, first of all, this is found in every religion. It's found in every culture. The idea that you have to have punishments for defection, meaning that if you abandon the group, you are threatening the group. And that's why every business...
How are you threatening? Define the threat. That's why I wish they would go into define the threat.
Every university, every society has community guidelines, for example.
Yeah.
If you violate the community guidelines, it's not called blasphemy, it's called a violation of community guidelines. You're expelled from that community, you face consequences. But it goes beyond that because you have restrictions on your speech, right? We can't look at this YouTube channel. I can't say certain things on this live stream. Otherwise, the video will be banned. Your channel will get in trouble. And then you can be prosecuted. You can face all kinds of consequences. Again, go back to your Glenn Greenwald interview, your interview with Whitney Webb. Look at the power structures that restrict speech. They restrict thought. Why? In order to preserve the power structure. Every religion has this. Traditional Christianity, that's why heretics were punished. That's why apostates were punished in Buddhism.
Let me ask a follow-up on that.
Sure,
so when you say to me, I've interviewed almost any of the major living mobsters. I've had them on the podcast before. I don't know if that's your stuff that you would watch, but I've interviewed a lot of them. Sammy DeBull, Michael Francis, a lot of these guys. Okay, so I can see you with your last name. Yes. Yeah. So when I interview these guys, one of the things that they have, and Sammy is a very much of he says, look, I'm a mafioso. I'm a true mafioso is what I am. Till today, he's in his late 70s. He still says that, right? If you step away from the life, you could get killed if you step away from the life, right? Okay, you chose this life. You celebrated when you become a made man. Now you want to leave? You got the benefits of being a made man. Now you want to leave? We're going to take your life, if based on the principles that they followed. But that's the mafia. For somebody that may say, well, then Islam is Islam following some of the mafia philosophies that if you choose to leave, you deserve to lose your life? Don't you think that's a bit extreme?
I would say the problem with the mafia is criminal activity. It's not with this principle. This is a good principle. That's why they're able to be so organized. That's why they're able to be so successful.
That's the argument.
And you have nations that are run in the same way. You have to preserve the nation by punishing defection because it threatens the unity of the group. It threatens the way of life.
That's tough, though, man. But
that's the law. That's what exists.
This is deep. I hope a couple of friends do watch this, and I'm gonna put a couple of people, like I said, I'm put some people up on game about this podcast before they come on my show if they want to discuss this, because when I listened to this and I watched the whole thing, I was shocked. But law is law when it comes to the Bible and to what you have to do. And I have always discussed that certain things that said in the Bible has happened in the Bible, happened back then, is that time of now. Now, there are things happening now that are mimicking the past. I cannot lie and say, yes, there are. There are some things that shouldn't be happening that are happening over here we need to fight against. But there are people fighting again. It's not like the whole country is for this stuff that is going on here in America. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to get cast down. And I feel like the weaker we get, there are going to be other countries trying to take over us because we're weak-minded. We want to dance in the streets and show our private parts to everybody. That's not cool. And yes, if we go that far, we get that deep, we're going to have a problem. We're going to have a problem. I don't want to show this too much. I just want to show it right there. Matter of fact, I'm going to show just a little bit more, and then I'm going to get up off here, y'all.
I totally understand that. All I'm saying is that's tough because, okay, so let me get to more the business side, the next side.
Let me just add a little bit to it.
Go for it.
I will be killed, my kids will be taken, and my wife will be taken. Just to add to the list in an Islamic system.
Let me continue with this. Let me continue with this a little bit because this is getting interesting to me. So if in insurance, there's two ways to build.
No, okay, I'm gonna cut it right there, y'all. I'm gonna cut it. I'm gonna continue that later on when I have some guests come over. I promise y'all, I'm gonna come back to that. I am gonna get off here now. Normally, y'all know I'm doing it long, but got some things coming up, things to do. Still going through some stuff, so I'm just glad to be back. I just wanted to hurry up and do a show and hop on here with you guys real quick. Appreciate y'all stopping through and hanging out with me like y'all always do. Until next time. Peace.